I went to Anime Pasadena 2022. Didn't I already go to this? Huh. That was last year. Man, I've been doing this for a year already. I remember this like it was yesterday, and it was a convention that was a big surprise on how well it was. Minus the hiccups at the start. Anime Pasadena 2022 was held on November 19 and the 20th in the same convention center as the previous year. I mean, you only got one convention center and you attach your con name to it, so yeah, you can't really change it up. This is the 4th Anime Pasadena, and I see that they still got the joke of a mascot. I got my tickets late and I was only available for one day, so I went on a Sunday. Also, Sunday, less traffic. $35 for a single day or $45 for both days. Again, I was late to pick them up because I was not sure how everything was going to look like, especially so far out. There were also tickets for the official after party, but that was only on Saturday, so I didn't check it out. And we arrived at around 10:30, and as you could see, there is already a line of people ready to get in. The doors do open at 10 a.m., so by the time we got there, they're going to start letting people in. What is great is that because this was on a Sunday, I was not around to see if there were any mishaps with the line this year around. There was staff directing me where to go. They were saying go to the back of the line and that I'm going to find someone else. And then they directed me to the actual back of the line, which was in the courtyard area where I suggested last year that they should start funneling us into. I'm not saying Anime Pasadena watches my videos, but hey, here's someone handing out free drinks. I don't trust like that though. And after waiting in line for a grand total of 30 minutes, I'm as surprised as you are. We've made it to the front. Check-in was super easy and I got my badge. Now let's talk about how the convention was split up. Anime Pasadena was spread throughout 4 different buildings, not counting the ice skating rink. One day. Hall A had vendors, the Death Note and Naruto signing area, while Hall B had more vendors and Artist Alley. Hall C had the celebrity signing area and main panel room, and the last building, oh man, do I really gotta call it that? Dragon Hall Z had more community activities. So let's start off with Hall A. I couldn't find the entrance for Hall A, so we're gonna talk about Hall B right now. Hall B had the Artist Alley as well as the vendors. Hall B was a typical anime convention hall. If you've been to one, you've seen them all. Although this is where Artist Alley was, you couldn't really tell where Artist Alley was. There were a lot of vendors, but there were also a lot of artists just kind of spread out. Here's Kawaifu Crafts. They have a variety of different cups, tumblers, and also, this was a little interesting, milk cartons. They are made of glass and they're perfect for tea. I might pick one up. Wait a minute. Is that an Ornhost High School Club over there? Here we have some anime posters and, oh man, deja vu. Here's a Psyduck with a knife and a giant Hatsune Miku. He's seen better days. And of course the obligatory Anime-topia. They have a lot of Chainsaw Man figures, specifically of Denji, for $35. Other places had him for $30, but I won't say that out loud. We found a video game seller and they had the Super Mario collection for $20. I picked mine up for $5. Shout out to anyone who has seen my last episode of Flea Market Finds. Here we have some blankets, and oh my goodness, look at that Danganronpa one. That is actually pretty sick. My hunt for cheerleader Rimuru continues, and of course, they do not have it, but all these figures were $30, while someone near the front was selling them for $25. The exact same stock as well. Yeah, they don't have it. They do have the Bam Presto one, but a Tengen Topper Gurren Lagann flag for $20. I should have picked it up. Here's some beanies. It is winter season, and my head does get cold fairly quickly. Here are some giant anime figures and some unlicensed anime figures as well. I say unlicensed because that Nico Robin and that Nami, you could see through their towels. And now we are moving over to the main Hall A. Here are more vendors, but more importantly, there is the Death Note and the Naruto signings. And here we have the area for the Naruto signings, and that is super, super cool. We have a majority of the English voice acting cast here. Skateboards as a collectible is making a big wave in the scene, so we have a couple here. In hindsight, probably shouldn't have shown those. If this video gets age restricted or taken down, you know why. Didn't we just see these? Yes, these are actually not made by the same people. So from the looks of things, these are less a single Boots idea and more just like a reseller's idea. That makes it less cool. Here we have some vintage wall scrolls. There's an FLCL, the Melancholy Haruhi Suzumiya, anime I don't know, and Final Fantasy VII. Might pick up the Haruhi one. And here's the little area for the Death Note signings, and look at that. They have a little photo booth of Death Note props. So if you're wondering why there was a lot of goth and emo kids there, it's because of the Death Note cast. Me, I am one of those goth and emo kids. Oh, a Tom Nook hat. If it was black, I would have picked it up. Here we have a seller with a bunch of vintage anime art books. These range from the 80s to the 90s as well as modern day. Although I didn't really see anything that interesting, they did have Da Capo. $30. Unfortunately, I didn't pick it up. And directly outside of Hall A, around the corner, is the Anime Lounge. Well, it's not really a lounge. It's more just like a hallway with some tape on the floor, a stage, and karaoke. The Agretsuko cutout is a very nice touch, and they have a ball pit. Anya's in that ball pit. Oh, I love this image. They do have a maid cafe in Dragon Hall Z, but it's not Asayoru, so we ain't going. Here's a thing. Most likely they're going to try to steal my data, so we're not going to do it. But what is pretty nice is that outside of Hall B, and kind of spread throughout the convention, they had these statues of different anime characters. Now, the statues do vary in quality, but the fact that this is here is pretty nice. We are now going to move over to Dragon Hall Z and the... Whoa, hold up. So this year, they didn't have the giant inflatable All Might. They had a Colossal Titan. Now, let's talk about the guests. One thing that Anime Pasadena last year had were the guests. They were extremely stacked, and they did not skimp out this year either. They had the English cast of Dragon Ball Super, Demon Slayer, My Hero Academia, AOT, Death Note, a reunion show, and Bleach. Y'all better give Brandon Swale and Brian Drummond the respect that they deserve. My personal favorites were Brett Ewan, who is the official voice of Mickey Mouse, and Michael Hagney, who does the voice of Charmander, Psyduck, and Snorlax. He also did some of the localization for Pokemon. Oh, and Faye Mata was there. She did Aqua. Amazing job. So what else was there to do at the convention? You know me, I'm a sucker for panels. The panels were divided between 3 rooms: the main stage of Dragon Hall Z, and the Gold Room. The Saturday main stage was stacked. You got Pokemon, Kingdom Hearts, Death Note, AOT, Dragon Ball Super at the main stage, and the Golden Room had voices of video game representation and anime. On Sundays, Civic had Bleach, My Hero Academia, Demon Slayer, Naruto, while the Golden Room had Toonami over the years, voice acting 101, and what's better, Mario vs. Sonic, a debate that no one has had since the 90s. And Dragon Hall Z main stage had the Digimon cast panel. There's also the Party Plus Ultra, which was an after party thing, 18 plus only if you're into that. Only on a Saturday though. The main stages where the performances and the cosplays were being held. There was an odd mix of pop punk and anti-song tributes. I would have loved to be there for the LA's premier emo tribute band, but I know that I would be upset that did not play anything by Piebald. Cue the copy pasta. That is where I saw the Siron dance tribute group for about an hour. It was phenomenal. Gaming tournaments. There was only one, and that was Smash Bros. Ultimate. That is it. Nothing more, nothing less. Crossing over to the other buildings, here we have the panel room. This is where the main stage panels and the Golden Room panels are, but we're not going to check that out right now. And believe it or not, there was no street preacher here at this event, so we are safe. There's no giant Grogu, but there was the giant Pikachu. He did make a return, which is nice. And here we have Dragon Hall Z. You just show your security guard your pass and you walk on it. Yukina? Here's the gaming tournament. Again, they only had Smash Brothers, so yeah, we're just gonna go downstairs now. Here we have the Anime and Chill Zone, the Maid Cafe, the community stage, a wrestling section, and a lounge. Here's a wrestling area. Man, they really want to be Bushy Road. And here's the Anime and Chill section, which is just a room with, I think it's one specific vendor that sells metal prints in the style of retro wave, that over-glorified 80s aesthetic. There was anime, there was chill. I thought this was like a screening room, but it's still pretty cool, I guess. Here's the hangout area. They had tables, they had chairs, you could hang out, and over there is the community stage. The top floor, there was nothing, honestly, but there was the bathroom. If you gotta piss, go there. It was nice and clean. Here we have a Love Live dance cover group performing. Oh, that wasn't their performance. They were just practicing. All right, here is their performance. I was there the entire time watching them. It was honestly amazing. Absolutely loved it. And now we're going to the panel rooms. I didn't really know where to go, so I was just following people, but we are going upstairs for the Gold Room. After showing another security guard our pass, we arrived to the Gold Room, and this place is massive. It is huge. Oh, we were here for the Toonami panel. So we're just gonna sit down and hang out. The panel itself was really funny. It was really great. It was a nice trip down memory lane, but it was well lit. The microphones were all working. It was nice and loud, and overall, it was extremely professional. And in the main stage, it is the entire hall. So we're just gonna plop on down, and we're gonna wait for the My Hero Academia panel. They brought out some big players from the English cast of My Hero Academia. And same thing, everything was lit well. Everyone was at level. And one of the VAs did show up a little late, and they promptly turned her mic on. It was extremely professional and really well ran. I was there for 4 hours. Granted, one of those hours, I was there watching the Love Live dance group. And another one of those hours was in the panels. And there was actually the Digimon panel that I wanted to go to, but I ended up not going to because I was pretty tired. Overall, I had an absolute blast. And instead of getting food, I went to 7-Eleven and got some chips. And then I wonder why my stomach hurts all the time. And now it's time to show off the haul that I got. Not gonna do that because a majority of the stuff that I bought are Christmas presents and my friends watch my channel, so no. Not gonna lie, that was pretty fun. So I was gonna rate it, but then I think it would be a lot better if I just compared it to the previous year. Now the price is $10 more compared to last year, and no, this isn't because of Joe Brandon's America. This is because it is overall a slightly bigger convention with more guests, and this time they're using the Civic Auditorium. One day, the ice skating center will be used. The layout is essentially the same, but it feels fuller. It's kind of hard to explain. You kind of had to be there, but there was just more stuff in the actual halls as well as the corridors. Hall D, aka Dragon Hall Z, doesn't feel like an afterthought now. Well, kind of. The organization will never be as bad as it was last year, so it's gonna get a pass. Now the panels and guests, there are definitely more panels and guests. They're really pushing those English voice acting reunions. The English voice actors are just as valid as the Japanese voice actors, because the English dubs are important because when someone is first starting to watch anime, English dubs are typically what someone is first starting out with. My first anime was Pokemon, but my first show where I was aware that it was anime was Inuyasha. Of course, the dub. Especially with streaming services and how prevalent anime now is, not only in nerd culture, but in popular culture in general, English dubs definitely helped spread the normalization in America and English-speaking pop culture. That may have been a lot for a video like this, but whatever. There are great English dubs and there are bad English dubs, and we need to acknowledge the importance of those good dubs. Like, for real, Death Note has a phenomenal dub. The panels were pretty cool. There was a lot less fan-run panels that I was interested in compared to last year, but hey, you know, you can't win them all. There was still some good ones there. The big voice actor panels were the main draw, and those were really nice. The sound in the rooms were amazing in all the rooms, as well as the community stage. The sound technicians knew what they were doing for sure. Artist alley was the same. It's not organized. The entire time I was walking, I was like, is that an artist or are you just a vendor? There were a lot of great artists there. They were there, but not necessarily where they should have been. The main halls, hey, it's an anime convention. There's some good vendors there, and the Death Note photo display was super cool. As well as having cardboard cutouts and like statues and just like banners and stuff, just added more to the experience. Overall, I had a great time. And although the price was $10 more than last year, it looks like they really went to good use. There were more guests, more high profile guests, lots of little design choices that increased the atmosphere of the convention. The high quality sound and the rooms for the panels were amazing. It still falls short of a perfect 5, but it's gonna be a 4 for sure. 4.5? Can I do that? There's still some more that could be added, such as anime screenings and fixing the lounge area. It's still nothing. They are working with what they got, and they're slowly growing into the convention space more and more. I am excited for next year, and this is 100% in my con rotation. Thank you all for watching. Did you go to Anime Pasadena 2022? And did you see me walking around my GoPro? I always feel a little weird doing that. What did you do? What did you get autographs? What panels did you go to? And did you have as much fun as I did? Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos, and I'll catch you all in the next one. I don't know when that will be because it's almost New Year, and around this time it is the con drought, but I'll find something to do. Peace.